Today's episode of the Punk Rock Horror Podcast is brought to you by Joy Organics. Hey ghouls and gals, Matt here from PRHP. Real quick, I wanted to talk to you about today's sponsor, Joy Organics. Now, when it comes to the subject of CBD, I'm still really amateur at it at best. I really don't know much about it, so much so that I probably am not a good source of advice. But you know who really is? Joy Organics. And what is so amazing about Joy Organics as a company is that they put customer service first and always. They are so kind and all their staff are so well educated on the subject of CBD. They helped out immensely. I mean, I was kind of blown away by it because I was definitely a skeptic about CBD. I didn't know much about it because of that, and I was just blown away with how well these products work. Well, here's the thing. You don't have to actually go shop in store only to get these products. Joy Organics has a website, joyorganics.com. And if you jump over there right now, you'll see all their products available, everything from tinctures to soft gels to salves, vape pens, energy drinks, even pet products. I know that's kind of ridiculous, right? I didn't even know that was a thing. And that's so cool that they have products for your pets. And it's awesome. And what I love about it is just that they take time and pride in their products. And they really do make a product that they're proud of, and they want to help people and not just sell a product. And I think that's why I love this company. And if you hop over right now to joyorganics.com and put in the code PRHP15, you will get 15% off products. And that's so cool, man, because I know that this is a huge new product and it's getting a lot of attention. And with a company like Joy Organics at the helm, you are at the right hands. All right, thank you again, everyone, and let's jump right into the horror. So, Cody, I need to fess up. I need to swallow my pride and take back some hateful comments I've made recently.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did some kind of media source finally tell you to shut the fuck up?
No. I mean, I'll consider it a media source. I'll call it Matt News at 9.
Okay.
So
but what are you eating your words of?
So I was absolutely wrong. Season 3 of Stranger Things is actually really fucking good. I'm not gonna lie.
Matt's a hater now.
No, it was good. It was good. I will say I was pleasantly surprised because they definitely stepped it up from season 2, and it wasn't like dude, like it got my feelings. I ended up crying at certain parts.
Damn, really?
Yeah, it was pretty intense, man. It got me. I've been
hearing that it's an emotional wreck, man.
It's good though. It's fucking good.
Yeah,
the monster is actually good this time. It's not just some
dog,
half-assed shadow bullshit monster.
Jimmy dog.
Yeah, it's not the stupid dogs. It's straight up, dude. The monster makes me think of a mixture between the Thing and the Blob.
Nice.
And it's really fucking tight. I liked it, and I'm just really glad they stepped it up from the garbage fire that was season 2. And welcome back to the Punk Rock Horror Podcast.
Dev is in the room with us. If you can tell.
I'm Matt.
I'm Cody.
And today, we're here to remind you that your friends that have kids are still fun to hang out. Okay? We're not completely lame. We might not be able to go out to the bars like we once used to, but...
Sorry, it just hit me why Dev was like, hey, when I said I like trash.
Did you really?
Yeah, it took me a minute, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm so tired. But because I like trashy movies, because I genuinely enjoyed Slender Man, and that is a terrible movie.
Yeah, I mean, at least you own it. At least you're not someone who just keeps... I mean... At least you know when something is bad, but you like it because it's bad.
I know I'm making bad decisions, so...
But at least you're not that person who just, is so blindly ignorant to it that they can't point out the faults.
It's the greatest movie ever. You just don't understand because you're not smart enough to get the context of Slender.
Duh, it speaks on a lot of issues in today's modern age.
He's created in 2009, and he's just a play on a hentai. So.
True.
That's all there is to know about Slender Man, really.
Yeah. Instead of tentacles having sex with things, what if tentacles killed things?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they're supposed to.
That's how it was brought up in that meeting.
Except for octopuses, because one of their 8 tentacles is actually their dick, and how they mate is they literally rip their dick off and throw it at their mate. It's like literally gives a whole nother term to this phrase. Go fuck yourself. Like,
oh, dude, check out that babe.
oh,
It just like rips off and just. Oh my god.
I love you.
That is so fucking cute.
Right. Oh my god.
And then when his dick hit my face and the blood covered my eyes, all I could see was the love of my life.
I knew he was the one. That one right there.
I just knew.
Because
that's how my dad won over my mom.
He also hit her in the face with his ripped off penis.
And then like it pans to like the mom and dad, and she's like wearing the shriveled old penis like a necklace.
Yeah. Oh yeah, back in our day. We used to do it at the do-jiggy.
Now, let's take this to the Punk Rock Horror Podcast rating meter. How far did this go this time? Are we going over the line? Are we in the middle? Or could we do better? Let's just decide, right?
I don't know, man. I enjoyed it. I gotta say a fun fact.
Yeah. So I went from octopuses to really gross stuff.
Dude, octopuses are gross. They're cool though.
Yeah.
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 They were also a villain in a James Bond movie. Octopus.
Octopussy.
I'm just kidding. I haven't seen any James Bond movies.
Really?
I swear to God.
Not a single one.
Not a single one. I haven't seen any of them at all.
Huh.
None with Sean Connery, none with James Brosnan or Pierce Brosnan. That's how many of them I haven't seen.
None of the Daniel Craig?
Nope. Not a single one.
Damn.
I've thought about it and I it looks boring to me. I mean, it might be good. It might actually be one of those situations where it's like
Did you like the Bourne movies?
I didn't see those either.
You just not a spy guy?
I just kind of got tired of it, man.
From what?
Because I played a lot of spy games.
Like what?
James Bond.
Oh my god.
GoldenEye.
Really?
I'm fucking
You
serious.
didn't even watch the movie?
No. I'm not lying to you. I swear to God.
Jesus. Man, this is actually a really good game. What? It's based off a movie, man? I should check out that movie. That's how I got into James Bond. I played the game and then I watched the movie and I was like, you know what? That's not too bad. And then my dad showed me Moonraker and I fell asleep except for when Jaws was there and then he just awkwardly became a good guy and I was like, that don't make sense. And so then I never went back and watched any of the old James Bond movies.
I guess, like, for me, what really it wasn't even bother me, it just bored me. It was just like having to see him in every movie, like, and again, keep in mind, I haven't seen any of them, so.
Yeah.
Just having to see him, like, swoon over every girl, I'm just like, yawn, if you're gonna shoot things, just shoot things, and then also keeping in mind that my level of what I consider exciting action movies starts from, like, at the low end of Power Rangers to, like, the top end of, like, Evil Dead, right? So, like, it's gotta be over the top and fucking weird for me to like it. If there's any sense of normalcy at all, which, again, I get it. High-tech spy uses high-tech weaponry that doesn't exist. It's just not weird enough for me. Like, I just can't do it. And I'm like, you know...
It's cool, man. All I'm hearing here is, like, Cody, I want you to know that your taste in movies is fucking garbage. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Does that look interesting to you? Does it? Well, that's a giant steaming pile of garbage on fire, okay?
When it comes to the James Bond movies, sure.
Whatever.
But everything else, I trust your input.
Do you?
I do.
Uh-huh.
I do. That's the whole reason why I watched Funny Games.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Because
I
was like, Cody, you did a good review of this. I'm actually going to go watch it. And I did. And I was glad I did.
Oh, well, thank you.
I really was. There was one scene that I felt that was just too long, but I get it. Okay? The scene that just took too long was... Well, I can't talk about it because it's a spoiler.
Yeah.
But, like, it just I feel like they could have cut a little bit of it off.
I'm just a heartless bastard. That's all. I mean, I'm sure all of you who have seen Funny Games know exactly what scene he's talking about. Because it does go on and on and on.
I actually watched it with our buddy Nick, and he had a harder time with it than me. He was just like, is the movie going to continue?
No, it's not.
So I was like, I liked it. Because I did. I liked it. And I think you did a really good job reviewing that movie, because the villains definitely make that movie.
Yeah. And you just want to punch him in the face the entire time.
Yeah, you do.
But at the same time, you're like, I still want to see where this goes.
Yeah. Yeah, straight up. I liked it, though. I liked it. So, yeah. But that being said, let's jump into the things we love and hate this week. So, I'm just going to give it to you. Why don't you start it off, big guy?
I totally forgot about think about the thing that I loved.
We can come back to you.
No. Actually, the thing I loved was that... So, Audrey finally got to watch her first horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
All the way through.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I picked a great one. It was the one that I did for this week's review. Yeah. Yeah, that was the first full-length horror movie. And so, it was really funny because, like, when it would get to... I would try and catch her before it got to, like, too nuts of a scene and, like, cover her eyes. And then she would try and, like, take my hand off. I'm like, no.
See.
I was like, no, this is too scary. She goes, oh, scary. Oh. it's just
like she's pandering at that point.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? You're like trying to make fun of it, because like at times she would like catch, like, no, that scene's about to be really scary. She was starting to catch on to, like, with the music and stuff, and she like would pick up my hand and cover her eyes, like right before it got scary. And she'd go, ooh, scary movie scene.
Yeah.
Ah! But she would, like, hold my hand there, like, that's right, it's a scary part. You can't watch this. Even though I literally should have had my hand over her face the entire time.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, the little voice in the back of my head going, like, what the shit are you doing? You know she's going to have nightmares and going to sleep in bed with you tonight, right? Right? You know this is happening. And I'm like typing out my movie review. I'm like, I know it's going to happen. Not even like it almost felt like not even an hour later, she just like started crying, freaking out from a nightmare, and I was like, "Yep,
I knew it.
Called it." So yeah, that was like the thing I loved, because I thought that was really cute and such a great way to introduce her to horror. Because like my first introduction to horror for her was playing
Evil Within.
Yeah, Evil Within 2 in front of her. So, and she seemed to be fine with that. Yeah, and then the thing I hate is actually it's just my own personal human error, but accidentally spoiling something for myself. And I got such a huge goddamn spoiler for myself. It was off of
The Boys.
It was for The Boys off of, I can't remember if it was a What Culture or it was a What Culture video, like top 10 like twists that you should have seen coming in comics, and there's a twist that is going to happen possibly in season 2 for The Boys,
right? That
you should see coming, but like when it said it, I was just like, God damn it,
right?
Son of a bitch, because it's something that I've been obsessing over since The Boys, like since the series came out.
You should just start reading the comics.
I know, at this point, that's what I'm going to do. So, what about you, Matt?
So what I love this week is the What We Do in the Shadows TV series. So I'm not gonna lie. I was really nervous about watching it because I loved the movie. Yeah. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, totally watch it. Definitely an underappreciated comedy horror film. It's fucking hilarious. I loved it. It's so smart with its comedy. It's so goddamn funny. Yeah. And I was worried with the show because I worried that they were gonna try like too hard to capture that same magic from the movie. Yeah. And it was just going to come off like a try-hard type of show. And again, like with Stranger Things Season 3, I was really pleasantly surprised. What We Do in the Shadows, the TV series, is fucking hilarious. Like, it's so funny. Like, and I was like, I knew I loved it when I binged all of season 1, and just like it hit that final episode and didn't keep going, and I was just like depressed immediately. I was just like, no. Like today, like I like even driving up here to record, I was thinking about it. And I was like, oh well, when we call it tonight, at least I can watch What We Do in the Shadows. And I'm like, fuck, wait. Like I got instantly depressed again. So that show's fucking hilarious. I definitely recommend checking it out for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But for the thing I hate this week, and it's I'm gonna try to word this carefully because it's just gonna be hard to talk about it in a sense, just because I don't want to offend anyone by accident.
Yeah.
But so basically, you know, being a dad, you know, you're seeing your kid grow, and you kind of have to like get them used to the world that they're growing up in.
Yeah.
Like, and our society is changing in a vastly different way.
Yeah.
And it's just like, there is accepted more than one genders now, and that so it's one thing me trying to explain that to my daughter, which isn't hard to do, but trying to get everyone else on board to explain why she shouldn't hate people for identifying as something else is like a wholly different ball game, because like and maybe in a sense I want to feel like I admit that I'm slightly hypocritical about it, because way back when this like first started, like this, you know, broke out that there's more than one gender, I was definitely in that camp of like, well, this doesn't sound like it makes sense or anything.
Oh yeah, I was in the same boat.
Well, pure and simple, I was fucking ignorant to it. Like, I'll own it, and I now understand it more. I get that this is way that people do identify, and it means a lot to them. And so I can't dictate that importance to them, and Erin needs to know that she can't do that as well. But because there's so many people that I talk to or who are around her who have that mentality still of that there's still only two genders. Yeah. Trying to get them on board just is like such a hard battle, man. And I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to like turn into this bleeding heart liberal right now, but the fact of the matter is that I don't want Erin to grow up being a total dickhole to people around her just because they're different, you know? Yeah. Whether it is on the outside or the inside, I don't want her to be like that towards anyone. Yeah. And for her to have people around her to make those jokes in a very nasty manner it's just not okay. You know, and the fact that we kind of have to make this case for it is kind of pissing me off too, because at the end of the day, dude, it's the way someone identifies. It's their own gender. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect...
does it really affect you?
Yeah. No, and it doesn't. So for us, it shouldn't be a big deal to just at least be tolerant and be like, okay, you know, I accept you for who you are. Because to the person who identifies as he or she, or whatever your pronoun is, it's a huge deal to them. And so you just have to make the slight accommodation to just accept it. Yeah. And even if you can't accept it on an internal level, like, at least be courteous, you know, and just be like, fucking whatever, man, you know? Yeah. Because truly, it is not a big deal. And the fact that it's getting made into a big deal is why I think it's getting so much heat towards it. Yeah. If that makes sense. And I'm like... And that's kind of just why I'm trying to pick my words carefully, because it's not like... It's a big deal, but it's also not a big deal. Yeah. And I can only speak from my perspective. And maybe I'm in a little bit of the wrong there, and if I am, I do apologize. This is just me as a dad just wanting my kid to not grow up to be a dick. Yeah. Pure and simple. And I think any good parent doesn't want their kid to grow up to be a dick.
Except to their friends.
Except to that's different. Yeah. That then like everything goes out the window.
Because with friends, it's bullying out of love.
Yeah, there's a difference there. When you stab your friend, you're doing it because you care. Hey man,
it's okay. I'm going to cover your hospital bill. I just really needed to do that.
Great wedding.
Oh, I missed it. Don't worry. I didn't hit a vital.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's just what I hate, man. Is just that people can't just let it go and just be cool with it, you know?
Yeah, no, I get you. It's just like, it doesn't affect you.
Right.
Just let it go. Like, treat the person with respect, because, like, as long as they're treating you with respect, treat them with respect. It doesn't matter, like, what they assume their own personal identity as, because it's their own identity. So your opinion doesn't fucking matter, so just let it go.
Well, and I want to land the plane here really quick, but like, it just kind of makes me think back to like when gay people and lesbian people were coming out and openly admitting that who they are, and they were just getting so much hate and getting beaten up. And I have a family member who is also homosexual and is an amazing drag queen, and I love the living shit out of her/him. I'm pretty sure it's her/him. If not, I do apologize. Mm-hmm. And just the way this person was treated, and I'm keeping them anonymous just to protect their identity. Just the way they were treated, just like, it just breaks my heart. And if Erin came out as lesbian or bi, I would want her to feel comfortable to talk to me about it.
Yeah.
And to talk to her mom about it, because
let her know she's accepted for who she is.
Yeah, because I don't want her to be like standing there thinking that I'm not going to love her because of it.
Yeah.
And so that's why, and that's also a big reason why I want people to be more cool with it around her. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I'm not saying people can't have their own opinions, but whatever. I'm about to go into a circle here. Point being is just don't be dicks. Be good people to each other. Being a decent person is punk.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So, anyways, that being said, enough with all the preachiness and so on and so forth. Let's now jump into the meat of this episode that everyone came to check out, and that's our movie reviews.
Send in the clowns.
Send in the clowns.
Yeah.
So you did funny games first last week, so I'll go ahead and jump into my movie for this week.
What'd you do, Matt? What'd you watch? I mean, I know because I was there.
Yeah, and I kind of heavily hinted at it. So if you haven't figured it out by now, I decided to do 2012's Stitches.
Snitches get stitches.
Snitches get stitches, bitches. Also itches. I just wanted to throw in another rhyme. So Stitches came out in 2012, and it's about a clown that comes back from the dead to hunt down and kill those who took his life during a fatal party mishap. Again, IMDb, I fixed that summary for you. You are welcome. You can send my check to our email at punkrockhorrorpodcast@gmail.com.
Got the little notepad flip in there and everything, didn't ya?
Again, dude, like 82 fucking episodes in, you think they would get it together.
Nope.
Directed by Connor McMahon, written by Connor McMahon and David O'Brien, stars Ross Noble, Tommy Knight, and Johan McQueen. No relation to Lightning McQueen. So, Stitches. So, we're opened up to this movie that actually doesn't have a very long opening credits. I was actually going to make it a con originally, but because it comes off as one of those long opening credit scenes where it's a close-up of a conspicuous object that no one can really make out. Mm-hmm. But it gets through it pretty quickly, so it's not long opening credits. I like it. So that's an immediate pro for me. Second of all, I actually like Stitches. He actually makes me laugh because so they definitely put him in like that stereotype role of like a guy who's a clown profession who just happens to live in a trailer and is a drunk.
Yeah.
And even though that is like a stereotype, because, well, I mean, to be fair, I don't really know what the clown community was like, so I'm guessing it's a negative stereotype.
Well, if you go off of what we talked about last episode...
Yeah, true.
All clowns are very depressed.
True, I guess so. But either way, that it's not as much as a con, it's just that he felt more relatable as a villain, because he was just kind of like, he was just a normal guy in a clown suit. That's just the feel I got for him, and that's what I liked about him. And he's just actually really fucking funny as a villain.
Yeah,
Like when he gets to the house for the kid's birthday party, he like the mom comes out and she's like, "Are you drunk?" And I don't remember if he called her like a fuck face or just fucking ugly. He's just like, "You're fucking ugly." I'm just like, yeah. So as the movie goes on, you know, Stitches, he's trying to make the kids laugh at this party, and they're all just like being fucking dicks to him.
Yeah,
you know, he brings
terrible.
Yeah, he brings out a puppet skeleton named Funny Bones, and they like fling ice cream at him, at the puppet, and they just like are just being a bully to like this clown who's just like trying to entertain these kids. And so what happens is, Tommy Knight's character, his best friend ends up tying the laces of Stitches for his shoes, and Stitches ends up tripping because Tommy Knight's character just throws a coin at Stitches' forehead. Because he does a flip a coin, and it makes Stitches, trip. As Stitches turns, he slips and falls, and for some fucking reason, the like dishwasher's just left open.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know if that's just the thing that people in the UK do. It's just weird.
That's racist.
That's racist. The British people came a long way from those slurs of leaving dishwashers open.
Yeah.
Okay,
sir.
Don't regress their movement. And so it was just kind of weird. It's just left open. I'm like, okay, whatever. So he trips and falls, and he lands on a knife that gets like jammed into his like eye coming out his like back of his skull.
Yeah, that's pretty graphic. Like I wasn't expecting that.
And thus leads to my next pro, which is this movie's a solid 5 out of 5 buckets of gore.
Yeah.
Like, it does not hold back, because just that scene alone, he stands back up as the kids are, like, laughing at him, turns around, they all freak out and run, and Tommy Knight's character is just staring at Stitches, and he pulls out the knife from his eye, and it just, like, squirts blood all over the kid, and he just, like, is just squirting blood, and then he just, like, collapse, and I just, like, yeah. Like, I know what we're getting into. Like, with this spread on, man. Fuck yeah. So, solid. 5 out of 5 buckets of gore. Do not watch this movie if you have easily sickened stomach or do not like heavy use of gore, because this movie's chocked full of it.
Yeah.
I'll give another example later on, but I want to get through my pros. So, speaking of the gore, speaking of how over the top it is also really over the top with its kills. Like, every kill that Stitches has is so creative and, like, unique that I enjoy the living shit out of it. And it's really hard to pick which is my favorite, because all of them are so good. But I think the one that I'm going to like, that I'm just going to pick is, so there's this one girl that he kills. With an umbrella, and so it's
that scene's great.
Yeah, it's a hilarious scene. So what happens is that he takes the umbrella, right, and just like throws it like a spear at the back of the girl's head, and just like flies through, like all 3D effect, has her eyeball at the tip of the umbrella's head, and she falls on backwards, and then the umbrella finally expands and like sprays blood everywhere. But before that happens, as she's falling, the umbrella is going through the rest of her skull, and it does a close-up slow-mo of like it tearing through her eye, and it just like bleeds everywhere, and I'm like, holy shit, they know who they're writing this movie for. So, and I just fucking loved that. I was just like, bravo. Like,
this is a movie I'd totally watch in 3D.
Yeah. I would too. Like, we need to set up we need to like get a theater that's willing to let us make a huge mess, show this movie, call it 4D, and every time like a kill happens
or blood squirts everywhere, just,
we just throw blood to the crowd. And just like, ah!
Oh Jesus.
Or like we throw like balloon umbrellas at people.
No, we throw eyeballs.
No, eyeballs
coming at you, so it's like, yeah, grapes. We'll just peel hundreds of grapes and throw them at people.
like our fingers are going to be all nubbed to the bone from peeling them. It's just because we're like peeling hundreds and hundreds of grapes. And like, my fingers are bleeding, I'm dying, but it's worth it. So what I also love is that they...
Sorry, I'm just imagining like James sending us an email. You guys could just buy peeled grapes.
It's not the same. There's no heart in it. Where's the soul?
James,
where's the love?
Yeah, sorry, James. I just know that's something you would do. It's really funny.
Look, at this point, all of our friends should know that they're all on the shopping block.
Yeah, I know.
It's just a matter of who we pick.
Pretty much.
Right now, it's just James. Who knows what it'll be next?
Probably Harrison.
Or will it? Dun dun dun. And I'm pretty sure all the ghouls and gals and creeps and mutants out there are just like, we don't know who these people are, so we don't give a shit.
Pretty much.
So back to Stitches.
Get on to the movie.
So what I love also about it is that this definitely is, and I brought this up before in our money episode, where I feel like clowns get horribly misused as just like they're supposed to be scary because they're scary and are never really written well, or like actually done with well. Like the worst movies usually are like that. Well, this one, although like the cover or trailer can come off in this effect, it's actually written very well. Like there's love in this like fucked up gory clown movie, and you can see it. One, because just after the movie ends, there is like a blooper reel of like all the cast having fun, and I weirdly did enjoy that for this because of how over the top the gore was. But you can see that there was love in the writing because like there's this creative like cult lore of clowns.
Yeah, there's a whole fucking cult, and then when the clown dies, it can come back to life all over an egg.
Yeah, so kind of adding more to the story with that as well is, so, 6 years passed after Stitches dies, and the kids, from the party are all in, like, high school now, and Tommy Knight's character is, like, has the house himself for the weekend, so they have this huge fucking, party.
Yeah.
And so what ends up happening is that Stitches is brought back to life because the whole lore is that, a clown's job isn't done until it finishes a party and, like, makes everyone laugh.
Oh.
Like, that's the whole thing. And then, they said the ominous, like, and the same joke isn't funny told twice, kind of, ominous line is shared. Yeah. And so, comes to this party where, Stitches is brought back, not just because of the invite that falls on his grave, but because earlier in the movie we're introduced to the fact that he has, what you said, an egg in like a little jar that holds, his spirit.
Yeah.
And so Stitches comes back to life, comes into the party, and starts just murdering fucking people. Like, he just starts going to town on it. And so you see Tom, which I think in the movie his name is actually Tom too. He's just thinks he's going insane because of his trauma of like Stitches dying when he was like, I don't know, 10.
All over his face.
Yeah, blood all over his face, and he thinks he's seeing things. And
no, I wouldn't have been traumatized.
Yeah,
no whatsoever.
It's easy to go over it.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
rub some dirt on it.
Like, ooh, blood. Is that all you got? Oh, you're gonna die in front of me from a knife through the face that I saw split your eye in half?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
let's sleep this shit off, bro.
What I love about that, though, is just that with the party and with everything that happens before that, we get introduced to all the characters, and you find which ones you hate the shit out of and you can't wait to die, and you find the ones that you want to survive, and it's like that classic kind of like 90s tale of a slasher movie.
Yeah, it's pretty quick too.
And I love about that. It doesn't take time. It doesn't take a long time getting to where it needs to go.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the few like short movies I've actually ever reviewed.
Seriously. Usually all your movies are around like 2.5 hours. It's like, oh my god.
I haven't got to the 2.5 hour mark yet.
No, you haven't. Oh, I have.
Yeah.
I think I haven't hit the 2.5 hour
Well,
mark.
I guess we figured out who's the better one on the podcast.
Yeah, but I usually like go big or go small. Like, I've never had it in between.
And the listener is just like, well, at least Cody makes up a goddamn mind. Doesn't keep deciding between two movies. But no, I love this movie because it's coming back to the fact that it's a fun, creative movie. You can tell when they're having fun with the kills because it's a fairly funny movie too.
Yeah.
Like, Normally, when like there's just like the B humor, like puns for killing, teenagers or whoever, I sometimes will do an eye roll, or it's just not. It doesn't really hit my funny bone. This one actually did.
Yeah.
And I purposely used funny bone because I feel like it fits in with clowns.
Just a wee bit.
Just a tad.
What did the one cannibal say to the other cannibal while they ate a clown?
Tastes funny. Well, if you want to follow us and support us, you can link us up at...
Hey, podcast over.
The podcast. We'll see you next Friday.
Yeah.
So it's just a funny movie. Like, the writing is actually really funny. Like, the puns that Stitches makes for every kill actually got an honest giggle out of me, and I did enjoy them and laugh at them. And another thing that I do want to throw out for this movie is a positive is that it's mostly practical effects. Now, there are some obvious scenes of like CGI, so coming back to where the girl gets killed with the umbrella, like you can tell the eye is CG.
No, that was real. It actually went through her head. That actress is dead.
She's a pirate for every Halloween now. All the time.
All the time.
Well, I guess now she can also be a gender bent Nick Fury.
Yep.
And a gender bent Thor. Guess what? People with eye patches? You have more costumes.
Oh,
you're welcome.
You don't have to just be a spy. Or a villain in a spy movie.
And we have people who only have one eye who are mad at us, and all I can say is I'm sorry.
Hey, we're making our rounds. We're trying to make sure everyone gets in on it.
I made a mistake, and I really do apologize. I hope you can forgive me. I'm really pushing it. Probably not. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if we get an angry email, I'll apologize. But until then, that shit was fucking funny.
Yep.
So, again, the movie's fucking funny overall. And also, I'm going to, point out the fact, again, that because I didn't get to finish saying it, that the practical effects are just fucking great in this movie. They're over the top. There's so much blood, and it's fantastic. One character that I also loved is Bulger. Bulger is the gay friend of Tom. And he's so fucking funny. I know. I'm not gonna lie, I was really bummed out when they killed him off because I loved Bulger.
Especially that fight scene, you fucking twat.
Yeah, I was actually about to bring that up. So one of my favorite scenes is that scene where he, so there's two bullies from school who come in and trigger Tom because of his trauma with clowns.
Yeah.
And so Bulger just rips into the girl and is just nobody fucking likes you, skank. And he just tears into her, and I'm just hell yeah. And the reason I love that is because usually in these movies, whenever the friends stick up for the bully, they always just go leave him alone, you're such a jerk.
Yeah.
And that's just the extent
I'm telling your mother.
Right. And that's the extent of it, right? And it's just it always lets me down. But Bulger is just oh no, I'm going to give her a drinking problem verbally.
I am not afraid to slap you in that mouth.
Yeah, and I was dude, he's gay. He can do it. Yeah. It's
no one will bat an eye.
It's fair game.
Yep.
No, it's just he just fucking tears into her, and he's just so fucking brutal, and I love the shit out of it.
Yeah, that's my favorite
fuck
scene.
Yeah. And he also probably has one of the best death scenes in the whole movie. I'm not going to give it away.
It's so over the top.
It's so
ridiculous.
Over the top. It is so over the top. But I love the shit out of him. He's just so fucking brutal. I'm fuck yeah, Bulger. We all need a Bulger in our lives. So eventually, again, there's not much meat lore-wise besides of what I already covered. But basically, he's killing everyone, and eventually Tom and the girl he loves have to team up, with a few of his friends to defeat the clown.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they actually do defeat him, I love the shit of it. Now I won't give away how he dies or how they beat him, but I'm going to I don't want to give away how they beat him. Excuse me.
It's full of yolks, yeah.
It's full of yolks, but I am going to talk about the effect when he died.
Yeah.
So because the only way to kill Stitches is to break the egg.
Spoiler warning, bro.
It's not that big of a deal. It's. I mean, I think everybody can figure. I think everyone can listen to this review and be oh, well, they have to break the egg, because I said it has a spirit. So I mean, horror movie knowledge would
Just
tell
saying, you know, there's still gonna be someone that's like, what the shit?
there's gonna be those few listeners who are just like, how the fuck do they beat Stitches? I just don't. I feel like the egg is connected somehow.
Hey, you know what?
I wish the Punk Rock Horror Podcast would just tell me. I just don't know.
It just don't make sense.
And they're just like a picture of an egg. Like they're like someone has like a whiteboard with a picture of an egg on one side and picture of Stitches on the other, and they're like a question mark in the middle. Be like, how is it connected?
Their friend would just kick down the door. Look, dude, they literally scrambled your brain.
Keep it in mind that every egg for each clown has the face paint
I know.
of that clown to encompass that spirit. So like they'd be looking at that exact picture of the egg, be like, I just don't get it. What am I missing? Like ends up getting divorced because he's just like so involved, or she is so involved in trying to figure out the case of how Stitches is killed.
It's like, so it's like, just watch the movie. No! Well, I'm gonna do it now.
And then just like they're like sitting in a therapy office with a psychologist, and they're just like, she's like, all I see is nightmares with eggs.
Can't even eat eggs anymore. I used to love eggs. Breakfast!
Just like is like holding like smashed eggs on top of a Denny's. Just like, my God, why have you cursed me?
See, that's how Stitches should have been.
That's how I wrote a better ending for Stitches. We did that together. Go us. No, so anyways, the only way to kill Stitches is get rid of the egg. And so when they finally do that, Stitches, instead of like vomiting up like black blood or something you think an undead clown would vomit up, just vomits up yolk. And I love the effect because
so much yolks.
They did it so good because he's just like leaking yolk, and it's so goddamn funny. Like I love that. And it's just a fantastic clown death. I mean, when fucking telecom from outer space blow up in like what confetti and stuff.
I just liked when Stitches' head hit the concrete. It literally fried an egg.
Yeah, it's a fried egg. It's funny. He's fried. So a few cons that I do have. So we're introduced to Tom's love interest, Kate, at some point, and as Kate's walking around during the party trying to find a triggered Tom from being picked on by the bullies. Stitches is able to detach his nose and use his nose to literally sniff out victims. And so she steps on the nose and it squeaks, and she doesn't even stop or notice it. And I'm just like, I feel like you would notice the nose. Now, argument's sake, she could say it was the nose.
She's too drunk, yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't drunk. She was sober. And so the argument can be made that it was a nose from the bullies who dressed up as the clown earlier. But it immediately rolled off, and I feel like it would have noticed if it rolled off. But that's just me. Also,
she would have noticed
it. So there's also a scene where a girl finds the body of a decapitated person. Or not decapitated, a dead person. Sorry, a deceased person is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
And this person doesn't have their brains anymore and is obviously dead. And has blood coming from their head dripping down, and she walks in and she's like, you doing okay there? You seem a little off, and like I'm paraphrasing.
Also with the back of his head up.
Yeah, and the back of
you
his
could
scalp,
totally see
scalp literally
the
flipped
scalp up on top of his head,
and just like Stitches has his hand in the emptied out skull and shakes the head like I'm okay, and the girl's not phased. I'm like, you saw this person earlier who didn't have trails of blood coming down his forehead, and you're not fazed by it? You're not the least bit concerned? And she even says, should I call a doctor? And I'm like, yes!
Yeah, call the cops!
How do you not see the blood? And what Cody pointed out, half of the fucking scalp flipped up. like, I feel like anyone in that situation would have not been like, great Halloween effect, you goof. They would have screamed their fucking heads off. So that was just something that I'm going to hold as a con against it, because I feel like that, like, come on. Like, I get why they did it. It was for the joke, but still, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I also hate, it is the smallest thing, but Tom doesn't know righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And even not knowing righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, I feel like you know what righty-tighty, lefty-loosey is. Because if a jar is not opening, maybe try twisting it the other way. Like, I mean, if one way's not working and it feels like it's getting tighter, go the opposite way. I don't know, Tom. Stop being a goddamn idiot. Like, it just kind of, like, fucking infuriates the shit out of me. Because I'm like, what are you doing, Tom? Open the jar. Open the goddamn jar.
I feel like I'm getting a little too heated about this.
Because it's... How fucking dumb is Tom?
It's just a jar, man.
He's in high school. Like, has his entire life with jars been like, why? And like, does his mom open all the jars for him or some
Probably.
shit? It was never explained, so it's not an excuse. What the fuck, Tom? Get this shit together. You can ride a goddamn bike, but you can't open a single fucking jar? What is wrong with you? Like, in a sense, I kind of agree with the bullies for picking on you, but at the same time, it's just a jar. But also, Tom, how the fuck are you going to survive in the real world? It's a goddamn jar. Open it up. Get it together, champ.
Nope.
It just made me angry.
Okay.
It just really bummed the shit out of me. So just like, again, like I'm supposed to put faith that Tom is going to be able to kill this undead clown, and he can't open a fucking jar.
Okay.
Like, how? Like, I mean,
he didn't have to open a jar to kill him, so.
Yeah, again, man, like, even during that, don't even start on that scene. But fucking, like, it's a jar. It's a fucking jar. It is such a weird thing
let it
for
go,
him
man.
not to know.
It's just a jar.
But it's just such a, I get maybe, like, 5 to 8-year-olds who don't get that. I can maybe understand that. 8's pushing it for me.
In a movie about a killer clown filled with egg yolks.
That should not be the most ridiculous thing. Okay, that's my whole point.
Okay.
Like, get it together, Tom. You're fucking killing me. Open your goddamn jars. How does he open doors?
Oh my god.
How does he open a doorknob? Like, does he just look...
latch.
But what if it isn't a latch? What if it's a doorknob?
He stands there and waits for someone else to open the door.
Does he just look at the doorknob and just, like, collapse and, like, goes into a, crawled up, position and starts crying? Like, I'm stuck here forever. I can never leave my house.
I think he just waits for someone else to open the door for him.
Again, how am I supposed to trust this dude?
I don't know.
How am I supposed to have confidence in that he's going to survive? I gotta stop or I'm gonna keep going. I gotta stop. I'm sorry. Now, besides Tom being a fucking moron when it comes to turning things, this movie is actually really fucking great. It's an awesome clown movie. It's over the top with its gore. You can tell it doesn't take itself seriously, and that's how a clown movie like this needs to be made. Where it doesn't take itself seriously, but it's made with enough love that the kills are fantastic, the humor is on point, it's a short, enjoyable, but memorable ride, and Stitches is most definitely worth your time. You can rent it or buy it now on Amazon for $3.99 to rent, and I think it's $5.99 to buy. Or you can go on Netflix and watch it right now if you have a Netflix account. It's worth your time. Trust me. Don't judge it by its cover. Give it a shot. Now, a few interesting facts I have about the movie is the medication that Tommy takes to relieve his anxiety earlier within the movie is called Hypnosil, the same name as the medication used to suppress dreams in the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Oh, that means they're in the same universe.
It's canon.
Canon.
Fucking Freddy's gonna bring it back. Freddy was gonna bring it back.
Yep. He's like, you know what? Freddy's like, you know what? I'm tired of killing American people. Let's go.
That's the versus we need.
Yep.
Freddy versus Jason versus Stitches versus Ash.
I know. I debated about telling you about that, but I was like, I gotta tell you that they were gonna do a Freddy versus Jason versus Ash movie.
I know. You've told me about it before.
I know.
And I really want it to happen. At least we got the comics. Stitch's vehicle has the left headlight X'd out, just like the scar he comes to receive. And also, Daniel Radcliffe was offered the role originally of Tom.
Yeah. Fucking this could have been
right
after all the Harry Potter fame.
Harry Potter and the Undead Clown. Expecto Patronum.
Who knows? I mean, Stitches probably would have had a better chance of taking over the high school. taken over a school than those who should not be named.
I don't know. He got killed by a guy who couldn't know the difference between left and right when it comes to opening a jar. So, fucking whatever at this point.
Yeah, but Voldemort literally put something that could kill him in the person he wants to kill.
Look, we can all agree Voldemort is his own idiot.
Like,
but I feel like Stitches would be taken out by accident by Ron's mom, who just like is making eggs for breakfast one day.
yeah, honestly.
Ron, sweetie, come get your breakfast.
And dead.
I don't do a good impersonation, so you knew what you were getting with me. Anyways, Cody, what is the movie you did?
So, I did All Hallows Eve. Ooh. Yeah. So it came out in 2013. The synopsis is: a babysitter finds a VHS tape which features various sinister murders performed by a psychotic clown. It's false.
False.
It's false.
False.
Only... Well, there was one that wasn't, so false. Directed by Damien Leone. Written by Damien Leone. Stars Katie Maguire, Catherine A. Callahan, and Marie Mazer. So... for those in the know, All Hallows Eve is actually the prequel to Terrifier, starring everyone's favorite Art the Killer Clown. So I really enjoyed this movie. I knew what I was getting into, of course, because I saw Terrifier first, and then I found out that this was the movie before Terrifier. Except there was also a Terrifier 20-minute short that, is the very first time Art the Clown is introduced. And I got so mad because, when I was, looking at some of the fun facts, it said Terrifier 2011. So
I was there for
that.
You
and
got
I
all
thought
confused by it.
Yeah, I thought the new movie Terrifier was actually came before this movie. But yeah, anyways, All Hallows Eve, it's really good. And if you like the schlocky... grindhouse, over the top gore, but kind of fakey looking stuff, you'll love this movie. If you like the grindhouse B movies, oh my god, I can't.
Planet Terror.
Yeah, Planet Terror and
Amusement would be a good one.
Yeah, but yeah, if you like the B movie grindhouse styles, you'll love this movie. The one thing that bugged the shit out of me is that because this movie takes place in 2013, I was like, it's 2013 and a 10-year-old kids know what a videotape and have a cassette player.
I mean, they exist.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've never met a 10-year-old that knew what a cassette player was.
Oh, dude, I meet them all the time.
Really?
Yeah, seriously, at Aaron's school, all the 10-year-olds come up to me and they're like, VHS is the shit. And now you feel old.
Yeah. Oh. I will say I did not like any of the quote-unquote protagonists of this movie.
Yeah.
The babysitter and the two kids that are the real-life people.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of them. The boy was a fucking... Douche. I just wanted to choke the crap out of him the entire time.
We can say it. He was a douche.
Yeah, he was a douche. The babysitter is such a super pushover.
Yeah.
And the little girl, she didn't bother me. She was actually the best one out of all of them.
For some reason, they always are.
Yeah. But that was something that really bugged the shit out of me. And then, so when they start watching the VH, so what happens in the beginning of the movie? You won't like it. I mean, you might like it, but it was a pretty long opening.
Well, I've also seen the movie too, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, and so when they what happens is the babysitter takes the kids out trick or treating, and someone slips a cassette tape in the 10-year-old boy's candy bag,
right?
And then he throws such a fit to watch it that night, and the babysitter's just like, all right, fine, fuck it. And the entire time I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, fuck that kid. He just gets a cassette tape in Halloween that's not labeled or anything. No, you take that into the goddamn kitchen and hammer it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking about.
That's a situation where you accidentally drop it on the floor and accidentally step on it
20 times.
It just, oh my god,
I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry, it happens.
Yeah. But so I thought that was dumb.
Or like she just throws water in the VHS player.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I guess I'll buy you a new one.
I am such a klutz.
I'll go to the Goodwill and get you a new one.
Like, but real quick though, like, what if he brought it? What if the videotape was brought to a house that didn't have a VHS player? Like,
that's what I mean.
Does he have to come back around with a VHS player? Just like knocks on the door with like a frustrated look, like, here.
Put it in this.
And then like look at it. What weird technology is this?
Yeah, where's the HDMI cord? It brings back an entire TV form.
It's like one of the old like wooden framed ones. It's just like also like the heaviest glass in the world, and it's like just like falls over trying to like bring in the TV, breaks it, and has to go get another one.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, whatever. You know what? He just takes the tape back and finds someone who has a VHS player.
I feel like there's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah. So he gets VHS, and then they decide to watch it. So in the first movie of the anthology, it's an anthology movie, by the way. I don't know. I don't think I said that.
Is it an anthology?
It's
movie?
an anthology movie.
Everyone, it's an anthology.
It's an anthology movie.
Make sure you know it's an anthology movie.
Three movies in the movie.
It's an anthology movie.
Anthology. Anyway, so in the very first movie of the anthologies, the dynamic between the three girls in it really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because they kept switching between who is like the high-spirited leader of the group, between who's hysterical and crying, and who's the support character. Like literally within like 5 minutes, they all switched between those three roles like 5 times each. I was just like, okay, who's hysterical here? Like, you know, they never just stayed that way. Even like when one of them is getting dragged away to get killed, the two started just switching between like, oh my god, I can't. No, I got this.
I mean, is that bad writing for characters or an accurate representation of a girl's night out on Fridays? I mean, you could say I'm sexist, and I will apologize for it, but I also feel like I'm kind of right.
I mean, we were like that on your bachelor party too. So
okay, guys can be that way too. Whatever.
But yeah, and so, but that's one thing that bugged me. But it totally made up with the just like stupid and fake look of the monster that ends up coming up.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, there's my grindhouse. It's like, that's my B-movie monster I want.
You're like, oh god, yeah.
But like, while it's still all grindhousey B-movie, it's still bloody as fuck. Like, so there's this one point in one of the movies where they slice open this pregnant lady's belly and rip out the baby. I was just like, shit!
Not holding back.
Yeah, I was not. Nope.
So now you know during that first movie what to expect.
Yeah. Yeah, and so so there's this one part in so in the second part of the anthologies, there's this part that I like instantly thought of you. Yeah. And so it's when the girl
I was a dead girl, huh?
No. So one of the main girl of the second story was like, "Oh my god, you'll never guess what I saw today. A deer." And I was like, Matt would have thought she was a dick instantly.
I did think she was a dick instantly when I saw that part. I was like, fuck off.
Yeah.
That shit's not new.
Yep. And so I thought, so for this second story, I totally thought they went super ballsy with the whole alien alien thing. It's not a twist. I mean, it becomes an alien. And when they show the alien, how just stupid and terrible that costume was.
Right.
And I was just like, yeah, there's more of my B movie.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, like it made me so happy with just how.
And that's why I got it confused with Tales of Halloween.
Oh, okay, the terrible movie. Yeah, the terrible alien.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a good movie. I didn't mean terrible movie. I enjoyed the movie.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And so the second one instantly became my favorite, even though it's not my favorite, just because of the dad joke they threw in there. You don't even have to say it. So like, the whole entire point like behind this part of the movie is that there's this painting, And you like this girl, the main girl's like freaking out about the painting and everything before the aliens like come and stuff. And so when she's being dragged away by the aliens, she removes the cover and you see Art.
Yeah.
So it's Art the clown. His name is Art. Who is Art? Get it? The dad joke. And it just instantly became my favorite part because I was like, "Yep, this movie's the best movie in the world."
You're like,
"Yeah,
bravo,
yeah, bravo." And so when what I noticed about the whole movie though is like, there's not a whole lot of gore except for when it focuses on Art,
right?
And I love that fact. And so like, because just everything with him was just really good, and I know, and it's like this is why he's become such a cult favorite, and why he's slowly become more and more mainstream favorite and just recognized, is because him as a character is just so great as a slasher villain.
Yeah,
and he's just, there's so many cool things that he does. Like one of my favorite scenes in this movie is he's the center of the third movie, and so he's chasing this girl, and she first off, she bars the door shut in the barn, and she doesn't want to be found. But then when like Art like barely pushes the door, she runs over and slams on it, and I was like, instantly conned because you're a dumb bitch.
Yeah.
But so he disappears, and she's like not knowing what to do, and the fact that you see Art crawl out of the floor, I thought that was so fucking cool.
Yeah.
It was so original, and they don't do those kind of things in slasher movies, and that's why I also like Art, because he's become such like a non-stereotypical slasher villain.
I would also add in that's why people love him, because he breaks so many norms.
Yeah.
And it's true because Aaron said that, and it's true. He does.
It is. He's a slasher villain who uses a gun, and I laugh so hard every time he shoots someone because you're not expecting it, and it's just so quick.
Right.
Like, it's just so like quick, and the scene's done. Like, it's just awkward too. Yeah. Seeing a slasher villain just shoot someone in the face.
But you can't really be mad at it because it's just like,
no, because he's just a murderer. He's a psychopath.
It's like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
If you need like an insurance that you're going to succeed in your kill, I guess a gun. Yeah,
a gun. So like I just laughed so hard because like when Art's chasing the chick, he cut the girl up a little bit, and he's still chasing her, and so she ends up getting a ride from this guy, and this was one of my cons too because it pissed me off. She's literally crying, covered in blood and dirt. Yeah, and I get it's like Halloween, right? Like in the movie, in the third film, it's Halloween, but the guy goes, "Is this a prank?" I was like, seriously. And so it made me so happy when Art just shoots him in the face. Because that's what I enjoyed. I was just like, that's right. That's how pointless you were.
That's how you just sounded.
And the ending is a total mindfuck. Yeah. Like, it just, like, messed with my head so good. And so, but, like, the thing is, I really wanted them to go with it more. Yeah. Because so at the, with the ending, it goes to, like, the real world, real life or whatever. And but then all of a sudden it turns into the grindhouse look that all the movies that she watched on the VHS tapes, where the VHS tape goes. Yeah. And so, Art's there. Right. And I really wanted them to go with it by, like, adding an extra scene where that was also part of a VHS tape that someone else was watching. Right. And then Art's, like, standing behind that person. Like, that's how I wish they ended it. Like, I just went a little bit further. Because, like, I knew the ending was going to happen. Art's going to kill the people that are watching this tape. Right. So.
Like, it built up.
It did. But I just wish they went a little further just to make it a little bit more ridiculous. Yeah. But, yeah. So, it's definitely, if you loved Terrifier and you didn't know that there was a prequel, there was a movie before it starring Art, you'll love All Hallows Eve. And, honestly, I've seen a lot of people, like, kind of flip between which one's their favorite. And I actually have a personal opinion about this, and that I really kind of wish that, like, I don't know, something in my head kind of wanted Terrifier to be first. Right. Just because of how Terrifier ends with him coming back to life.
Dude,
and then
spoiler.
Came to this. It's an old movie. Everyone's seen it.
Wait, are you talking about the short?
No.
Because the short came before All Hallows Eve.
No, yeah, no, I don't know. I kind of got myself mixed up. Anyways. Whatever. It's a great movie. You'll if you love Art the Clown and you like Terrifier, you'll love All Hallows Eve if you haven't seen it. The one trivia, the short films on the VHS tape are actually old films made by the director Damien Leone years earlier, such as The Ninth Circle. Oh, and Terrifier. Never mind. The short is in the movie.
Oh.
I guess. Yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. No. Great movie. Yeah. I'm good. That's my movie review. Definitely go see it. Oh, yeah. And if you want to watch it, it's free right now on Amazon Prime. It's not on Hulu or Netflix, I believe.
No, unfortunately, it's not.
No. So if you got Amazon Prime, it's still free on there. Terrifier, unfortunately, isn't, but I believe Terrifier is on Hulu.
I can double check that for you really quick.
Hulu or Netflix.
But if you want to read the trivia fact, I can find it out.
I already did. I just did.
Oh, you just did?
That was my one trivia fact.
My bad.
Is that it had the film is made by they're old films made by the director.
Oh, no. It is not on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
Damn.
Terrifier isn't, to be specific.
Terrifier is not.
No, Terrifier is on Netflix.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, there you go. There.
So, if you want some crazy clown movies, definitely if you want more of a tame, like, not tame, but if you want more of, like, a more comical version, go with Stitches. If you want more of a super psychopath, go with All Hallows Eve.
And I would also say we both pick movies where one clown doesn't say anything at all, and the other one always has something to say.
Yeah, the other one won't shut up.
Go figure.
All I know is I'm super excited if they make a sequel to Terrifier.
They are.
Oh, sweet.
They are, yeah.
Nice.
They are.
I want to see more of Art the Clown.
It's going down.
Nice.
So, yeah, I don't think they'll ever do a sequel to Stitches. I wish they would. 'Cause I feel like there's potential there. But it's also great by itself.
Yep.
So,
anyways.
and speaking of things that are great, if you want to be great and help out the podcast, we would really appreciate it if you go over to our iTunes and give us a 5-star review and leave a comment for us. Tell us what you like about the show, and honestly, we're going to throw it out to you, ghouls and gals and creeps and mutants all around. If you'd be willing to tell us how we can improve, we would also love to hear from you. So feel free to go to our iTunes and leave us a review. We'll read it here live here on the podcast. Please and thank you. And with that being said, if you want to keep up with everything we're doing and being involved in all of our updates, including listener participation corner, please like us and follow us on Facebook. Search at Punk Rock Horror Podcast, or on our Twitter at officialPRHP, or
on Instagram, Punk Rock Horror Podcast, #PRHP Podcast.
If you want to support the show a little more than just leaving a review, please consider going to our Patreon, patreon.com/Punk Rock Horror Podcast. Your commitment to us and your patronage goes to help keeping the lights on. It helps us improve the show. And also, we have merch available to you. We're working on some more items for the store. And even bigger than that as well, we still have the live show coming up October 5th. At Gorehound's Playground. Tickets are available now. You can go purchase them in the link below. We hope to see you out there. We hope to see everyone there, really.
Yeah.
They are limited. There isn't a lot. So buy them while you can. Get yourself a reserved seating, because it's going to be a great night of fun and horror and laughs and just a great old goddamn time.
Yeah.
With that being said, you can follow me at the Undead Matt on Instagram, and please make sure you check out our show, Paranormal Princess Podcast, hosted by Aaron McGarry, and also, again, consider supporting our Patreon, and you'll get access to our show, The Punk Rock Half Hour Power. And I think that's all I got, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I got anything else.
Hosted by Lala.
Hosted by Lala. Thank you.
Yeah.
That hosted by Lala with her amazing co-host Gwenny. So I'm kind of jealous of her right now. At the time of recording this, she's getting to see the Misfits live.
God damn it, man! I wanted to go to that so bad.
Good for her, though. Good for her.
Yep.
Yeah, straight up good for her.
Yep.
No hate. Little envious, but no hate.
No hate.
That being said, thank you again, ghouls and gals, creeps, mutants, for talking about horror with us and letting us talk about horror with you.
Bye.
Bye.